Example problem 1 reads, a scuba diver typically begins a dive with a compressed air tank at 3,000 psi. Convert this value to A, atmospheres, and B, millimeters of mercury. So your conversion factors for this are going to be on the previous slide. So you can see here that 1 atm equals 760 millimeters of mercury. This is the chemical symbol for mercury, Hg. So that reads millimeters of mercury. 760 torr, 14.7 psi, and 101,325 pascals. And so you're used to seeing this unit of pressure, pascals, but millimeters of mercury, torr, psi, and atmospheres are all different ways that we can measure pressure. And so this specific problem is asking us to be in units of atmosphere and in units of millimeters of mercury. So you can see that we're already starting, I believe, in PSI, which is 14.7 PSI. And there are direct conversions here, you can see, from PSI and millimeters of mercury and from PSI to atmospheres. So both of these will be a one-step conversion. So A, we're starting with 3,000 PSI. We're trying to go to ATM. And so this is going to be a one-step conversion because there is a direct conversion factor for this. So draw the multiplication symbol, draw the division bar. PSI goes to the bottom and ATM is at the top. And so previously we saw that in 1 ATM, there was 14.7 PSI. So PSI's cancel and we're left in units of ATM. So in your calculator, 3,000 divided by 14.7 equals 204.08 ATM. So that's the answer for letter A. Letter B, we're also starting with 3,000 PSI. And instead of ATM, we're being asked to convert to millimeters of mercury first. So this is, again, a direct conversion because we have a direct conversion from PSI to millimeters of mercury. So draw the multiplication symbol, draw the division bar. PSI comes down and millimeters of mercury goes on top so that we can convert. So there are 760 millimeters of mercury and 14.7 PSI. So PSI cancels and we're left in millimeters of mercury. So in your calculators, 3,000 times 760 divided by 14.7 equals, and we're going to go in scientific mode for this since it's a big number, 1.55 times 10 to the 5th millimeters of mercury. Let me know if you have any questions about example problem 1.